Hey guys, I wanted to really quickly talk about my reading goals for 2016. Like last year, I wanted to keep my reading goals kind of broad and more flexible so that I can keep it up throughout the whole year. I didn't want to be too specific or anything like that because I know that realistically I probably won't keep up with it. So I have a list of 5 or 6 reading goals that I want to kind of keep in mind as I read and pick out books in 2016. My first reading goal is to reread more books, specifically books that I have read in the past and absolutely loved. Some of my all-time favorite books I've only read once, and I would really like to revisit them, specifically Jane Eyre and Frankenstein. I really want to reread those two and others just to see if I still feel the same way about them, if they would still be in my favorites list, and more importantly, what else I can get out of those books that I didn't get when I, read them for the first time, years ago. So that's definitely a goal I want to try to achieve, every once in a while this year. My next goal is a goal that I've talked about in previous videos, and that is to read more books by Latin authors. I've noticed that this past year, as I've been trying to read more diversely, I don't really hear a lot about Latin authors and books by Latin authors, and I would really like to change that. I would like to make it a point to find books by Latin authors to read and discuss on my channel, and specifically books that we don't really hear much about, because when you look at, the best books by Latin authors, is always the same 3 or 4 authors on the list, or just books that everybody has read or knows about, and I would really like to branch out of that a little bit and have that be a part of my channel. So that's definitely something that I want to make a point to try and achieve this year. I already have a couple of books that I really want to check out and authors that I really want to check out. So that will be my second goal for 2016. My third goal is just the general goal of reading more diversely. This year I made it a point to read books by diverse authors, and it was so rewarding. I really want to keep that momentum going because some of my favorite books are by diverse authors, and I know that there's a lot more out there, and so that's something that I want to keep in mind when I pick out books this year. My next goal is to read books by authors that intimidate me. I made a video a long time ago when I first started my channel about books and authors that intimidate me, and I want to make it a goal this year to at least read 1 or 2 books by these authors to kind of just push myself. I also want to continue my Booktuber Recommends project. I have been reading books here and there that have been recommended to me, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I love that interaction and just reading books by authors that I wouldn't have read otherwise, or just books that I don't normally pick up. It forces me to branch out a little bit more, and that's what I love. I love challenging myself in my reading, and so I definitely want to continue that project. So those are all of the goals that I have set out for 2016. Please, if you have reading goals for 2016 or you've made a video, leave them down in the comments below, because I really love these videos. They definitely are motivating and just inspiring, and I love supporting, other people on their reading goals and just pushing them to fulfill them throughout the year. So if you have reading goals for 2016, please feel free to share them in the comments. I'd love to read about that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!